Saudi Arabia has long been a mystery, but for the first time, a feature film crew received rare access to film the country's vast landscapes and unique culture. In this half-hour special, we're at the studios of the new 3D IMAX film, Arabia. We sat down with film director Greg McGillivray, best-selling author Robert Lacey, and the film's main subject, Hamza Jamjoon. Arabia follows Hamza, a film student on his trip home to Saudi Arabia. His goal? To make movies that will reveal to the world the country's timeless traditions, as well as the social change taking place. With the full force of IMAX cinematography, the film transports audiences to a desert land where they will see Arabia, both past and present, through Hamza's eyes. The film explores the culture, religion, and history of the region. It delves into the storied past and hopeful future through a mix of contemporary images of modern-day life and historical recreations of ancient civilizations. Paired with the 3D visual effects, theater goers will follow Hamza as he rides the dunes with a camel caravan, dives into the coral-rich Red Sea, and explores the ruins of a lost city. Arabia is the first major film production to be granted access to more than 20 locations across Saudi Arabia, and the time-traveling narrative spans 21 centuries of Arabian history.
This is the first movie, so far as I know, actually seriously shot in Saudi Arabia. It's been very difficult, I know, for these filmmakers to get permission to get in. But I think one of the strengths of this movie is that it's the beginning of a new way ahead. I learned myself a lot from this film. I knew something of the great age of the Nabateans. In my first trip to Saudi Arabia, I went to Madain Salah, this incredible hidden Petra in the desert, which is just sensational. You cannot believe these sort of Roman pillars carved out of the sandstone, dotted across the desert. It was a very moving experience for me. Saudi Arabia is so different from the outside world image.
Greg McGillivray founded his film company more than 40 years ago and has made it the world's most prolific independent producer of giant screen films. He initiated the development of 3 cameras for the IMAX format: the high-speed slow-motion camera, the industry's first lightweight camera, and the all-weather camera. With 35 large-format films to its credit, his company is creator of Everest, the highest-grossing giant screen film ever produced. In 2008, the company released its first 3D giant screen experience, and the format seems to be taking hold.
Well, the reason to shoot it in IMAX 3D is that it really takes you to the location. When you're watching a film in a big IMAX theater, and you're sitting close to the screen, and you have 3D glasses on, and you're watching the images come off the screen into your lap, you feel like you're there. You feel like you've been transported to Arabia, to the deserts, the beautiful coastal areas, underwater, up in the sky, flying above these cities. It's kind of an experience that you will never forget. And I think it's the best medium for communicating place and people to anyone in the world, particularly if you're dealing like we are with real things, real people in real places.
So it's both entertaining and educational.
You get a belief, as you're watching a film in IMAX theaters, you know that you're seeing something that has been completely vetted for authenticity, that it is as perfect to the way we know it was as it possibly can be.
Stand by, everyone.
We're able to find all the experts and hire them to help us choose what the costume should be, what the hairstyle should be, what the makeup should be, what the look of the characters should be. And so we can give the public a sense of reality that they appreciate. And that's why I think people come back to see IMAX films over and over.
Shooting in Saudi Arabia meant not only crossing a great cultural divide for Greg and his crew,
Action!
but also braving sweltering, sand-whipped desert locations in 125-degree heat. It also meant serving as true pioneers in bringing film production to the country. Saudi Arabia has little to no film production infrastructure or protocol. There are no public movie theaters. But this project gave dozens of local aspiring film producers and crews on-the-job training. Greg is hoping the experience and exposure will help launch a new interest in filmmaking in Saudi Arabia. After the break, we continue our discussion with Greg McGillivray. We learn about his first impressions of Saudi Arabia and his most memorable moments. Also, could Arabia help spur tourism to the region and bridge a cultural understanding?
And that's what this film can give people. It can give them a kind of a primer. It's not an in-depth history lesson, but it's a primer to give you a basic understanding of the history and the culture and the religion of that region.